Well, this is awkward. I just got squeezed out into the freezing Himalayan air like an afterthought, blind, deaf, and barely bigger than Mom's paw. I can't see, I can't hear, and I'm pretty sure I just peed on my sibling. Welcome to life, I guess. Everything smells like damp fur and regret. Mom? Oh, she's already leaving. Says she'll be back by dusk. Classic. She's got hunting to do, and I've got ceiling to stare at. Lucky for me, I'm wrapped in this fluffy fur coat nature gave me, probably because hypothermia isn't a vibe. Out there, it's death. Literally. She didn't build this den in a high-altitude cave for the aesthetic sits, because every living thing wants to eat me. Bears, eagles, even rogue male snow leopards. If something walks, flies, or crawls, it's probably imagining me as a snack right now. But I lie here quietly, perfectly still. That's the first survival skill. Invisibility via uselessness. I may be helpless, but I'm also not drawing attention like a beige beanbag with eyes. Honestly, being born out here is less cute documentary moment and more cold open to a horror movie. But hey, if I survive this, the rest of life can only get better, right? It's been a few weeks now. I still can't do much except lie on my back like a dropped sock. But hey, today I managed to almost look at something that wasn't the ceiling. That's progress, right? Mom pops in and out like some kind of furry ninja. She always returns smelling like fresh kill and disappointment, muttering something about kids these days. I try to meow, but it comes out more like a wheeze. Whatever. She drops some food, gives me a lick, and vanishes again into the murder-fueled chaos outside. But lately, I've started to feel things. Like vibrations when she leaves, the smell of fresh air leaking into the den, and once, the horrifying sound of something not Mom walking past the entrance. Was it a bear? A male snow leopard? Either way, if they had poked their heads in, it would have been lights out for yours truly. Out here, you don't get to grow up unless you master the art of not being noticed. So I lie still, play dead before I even know how to live. It's brutal, it's boring, and it's oddly peaceful. If I make it past this phase, I'm halfway to legend status, or at least to standing up. I'm 3 months old now, which means it's time to start training for the Hunger Games, Himalayan edition. Mom says it's time to leave the den, and I'm like, excuse me, out there? But she's already halfway up a cliff, looking back like, keep up, loser. So I summon every ounce of fluff-powered courage and step into the light, and wow, the world is huge, rocky, and completely trying to kill me. Our first lesson? Walking across uneven terrain without face planting. I fail that one immediately. Mom doesn't even flinch. That's lesson 2. Learn fast or die trying. Then comes the fun part-tiny prey. She stalks a marmot like a ghost, then swipes it like it owes her money. She drops it at my feet. I sniff it. It squeaks. I squeak louder. We both panic. She sighs and eats it herself. But each day, I get better. Climb higher, pounce harder, miss fewer times. The clumsy furball is fading, and something sharper is waking up inside me. Something that doesn't just want to survive anymore. It wants to hunt. I'm nearly 2 years old now, which in snow leopard terms means, get out. Mom doesn't say it directly, of course. She just starts ignoring me, hunting without me, and sleeping 3 rocks away. Classic emotional detachment parenting. One day she just gives me the look, you know, the one that says, you've eaten my last marmot, and now it's time to pay rent or leave. So I leave. The world without Mom is quiet and big and smells like other leopards, which is a problem because around here everyone's either a rival or a meal. Sometimes both. I search for a patch of land that checks the boxes: food, shelter, and 0 roommates. I scale cliffs, cross icy slopes, mark rocks with my own signature scent nature's version of, this is mine, back off. But it's risky. One wrong step, and I'm dinner or dust. Still, I push forward. I've got my bushy tail for balance, lungs built for thin air, and legs that can launch me 30 feet of don't mess with me. This is it. My land, my rules, my life. No more backup. Just me and the mountain. Hunting up here isn't a game. It's a high-stakes magic trick. No, you see me, now you're dead. I start by blending in. My spots match the rocks so perfectly, I could be mistaken for a mildly aggressive throw pillow. I lower my body, round my ears to keep heat in and sound out, then inch forward. Slow. Controlled. Silent. My prey? Some unsuspecting blue sheep chewing grass like it owns the place. I get within striking range. My heart's pounding, but my paws make no sound. And then, boom. I launch like a furry missile, all claws and momentum, covering 30 feet of thin air before gravity slaps me back down. Contact. It flails. I clamp my jaws around its neck. One clean bite. Done. No drama. No slow-mo hero shot. Just instinct. Precision. Lunch. Dragging the kill uphill is exhausting, but I've got time. I'll hang here for the next 3 days, gnawing this thing to the bone like a very hungry ghost. See, I may not be able to roar like a lion, but I don't need noise to dominate. I've got stealth, I've got cliffs, and I've got a deadly jump that never misses twice. Winter hits like a snowball to the face, except the snowball is minus 40 degrees and trying to starve me to death. My fur's gone from sleek gray to off-white, which helps me blend in better with the endless blizzard of misery. Most of the prey animals, they've pieced out and gone downhill, cowards. But I get it, freezing to death isn't exactly a vibe. So I follow, trekking through knee-deep snow, burning calories I don't have, chasing scents that lead nowhere. I haven't eaten in days, and I'm starting to hallucinate marmots. One looked at me and called me bro. That's when I knew things were bad. Then hope, a farmhouse, chickens, possibly a fat turkey. Christmas miracle? Not quite. The humans spot me, yell something festive like, "Hey," and throw a boot at my head. Fine. No holiday spirit here. Back to the cold, back to hunger, back to survival mode. Eventually I find a goat, big horns, big mistake. I leap, land, bited done, dinner secured. For now, winter doesn't care how fierce you are. Out here, survival means being just a little more desperate than whatever's trying to kill you. And today, I was. It's that time of year again, when even the most antisocial predator starts thinking, maybe I do want company for about 72 hours. Mating season. Nature's weird little speed date. I catch a whiff of someone interesting. Her scent is fresh. Her territory markings bold. I throw out a few low growls, the snow leopard version of hey. She growls back, sparks fly, or maybe that's just snow in my eyes. For the next few days, we're a team. We flirt by sniffing each other's butts, wrestle on cliff sides, and awkwardly avoid eye contact after. It's romantic, in a very survivalist, no flowers, just raw meat kind of way. But once the deed is done, I vanish like a ghost in a snowstorm. No breakfast, no goodbye. Because hey, I'm a male snow leopard and commitment is for animals with better childcare policies. She'll raise the cubs alone, like my mom did. That's just how it works out here. I return to my solitary silence, vaguely aware that I've just participated in something important, and deeply relieved that I don't have to babysit. Surprise, she's pregnant. Apparently, that awkward little cliffside romance wasn't just for fun. Now she's waddling around with what feels like a small boulder in her belly, trying to find the perfect den. It has to be high up, hidden, warm, and far away from anything with claws, fangs, or testicles. She finds a decent one, plucks some of her own fur because nothing says maternal love like going half-bald and waits. Boom. Cubs, tiny, blind, squeaky potatoes. They're adorable, sure, but also loud, helpless, and constantly leaking fluids. No rest for her. Every day she sneaks out to hunt. Every night she drags herself back like a one-woman meat delivery service. Weeks pass. They grow faster than she's ready for. She starts teaching them how to walk, how to pounce, and how not to immediately die. It's exhausting. She hasn't had a single moment to herself in months. And finally, the day comes. They leave the den just like she once did. Her job is done. The cycle continues. She finally gets a moment to breathe. And maybe enjoy a fresh kill in peace, without tiny teeth gnawing at her tail. Motherhood nature's toughest unpaid internship. One minute I'm chasing a goat across a cliffside like a furry missile. The next snap, I misjudge the leap. My back leg twists, chest hits a rock, and I roll, and roll, and roll. By the time I stop, I'm halfway down the mountain and feel like I've been hit by a truck made of ice and regret. I try to stand. Nope. Bones say, not today. I let out a mighty roar to scare off predators, but all that comes out is, meow. Right. I still can't roar. Just another fun fact no one asked for. Days pass. Food? None. Water? Just snow I can't reach. Pain? Every. Single. Where? I start hallucinating. 2 ghostly snow leopards appear, whispering cryptic nonsense about danger coming and only one way out. Great, now I'm dying and haunted. Then I hear it trembling. Footsteps. Real ones. I don't wait to find out what's attached to them. I launch myself off the ledge. Crack. Thud. Silence. I survive. Barely. Covered in bruises, pride shattered, but alive. Because out here, if you're not desperate, you're dead. Waking up after hurling myself off a cliff isn't as glorious as it sounds. Every joint screams. My ribs feel like they've been rearranged by a drunk chiropractor. But I'm alive barely, and that's kind of my thing. I spend days dragging myself between rocks, licking wounds, eating snow like it's fine dining. No prey, no comfort, no backup. Just me, the wind, and the overwhelming urge to lie down and never get up again. Eventually, I limp far enough away from humans, ghosts, and whatever tried to eat me last week. I head into the 70% of my habitat they haven't ruined, yet unexplored, untamed, and perfect for a bitter, bruised cat with trust issues. Each night, I climb to a high ledge, wrap my tail around like a blanket, and stare at the stars like they owe me something. My body hurts, but it's healing, slowly. And as the snow piles up and the air thins again, I do what I've always done. Keep going, one step at a time, one hunt at a time. No packs, no roars, just teeth, muscle, silence, and the mountain that still hasn't killed me.